What is going on, people? It is the one, the only, the Svenny-D. And today, people, we're going to be talking about the Keemstar network scam and that wonderful person some of you may know as DJ Keemstar. Before we get started into that, though, I'll just give you a little insight on the game we're playing. I shouldn't have to, because you guys should be like, damn, that is some Battlefield Bad Company too, because I sure as hell know I would not be able to do anything this cool in Call of Duty. I know that much. But we're playing some Bad Company 2, some Rush. I was in this game with Millersburg and Pyro, and I picked up this UAV and absolutely cleaned house along with the rest of my team. So I'm just gonna, throw this up, let you guys see me drop some Predator missiles on some dudes, mark targets and stuff like that. But anyways, God, I gotta brace myself for this one. This is gonna be a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys. So anyways, like I was saying, the Keemstar network. Now, we talked about this on Svenny-D TV, my podcast, last night. And I gave you a little insight yesterday. I don't know if all of you saw that video, but that was more or less just a promo for the podcast last night. So to break it down into fine print, for those of you that may not know, DJ Keemstar started up a channel called the Keemstar Network, and what he was doing with this channel is he was offering YouTube partnerships for $50, which is completely in violation. As they put it, it severely violates the TOS, which is the Terms of Services for YouTube, and that channel got closed, and it was actually to the point where he lost Halo A-Holes, which was a very big gaming channel. I'm sure most of you have to know what it is. So I think that kind of shows the significance of the situation of what he did and how much he really wasn't supposed to do that. So yeah, he was selling partnerships for $50. Now, first things first, when this first happened and I found out, I was pretty furious. I was very pissed off. This was another thing, that just completely, I don't even know the word to say it as far as keeping it appropriate. But, it really was just another grimy thing going on YouTube. You guys know how I'm pretty straightforward, and when I see something that I think's bullshit, I'm going to call it out to you. Well, this was above pretty much any situation that I've ever came to you guys and talked to you guys about. It really upset me. It wasn't like upset me to where I was like, all hurt, but it pissed me off. Just because, for one, DJ Keemstar is a complete scumbag. Alright? And I'm sure a lot of you know all this stuff, all the quote-unquote controversies he's been involved with. And, this was just kind of another one of those things. YouTube partnerships are something that is earned, not something that is just handed over for some cash or just given to you. And really, he lowered the value of the meaning of what it means to have a YouTube partnership, in my opinion. I mean, really, not if partnerships weren't that big of a deal, everybody would have them. YouTube would give them out to everybody. But the thing is that they are a big deal, and it does mean something. And not only does it mean something, it's like a goal, I guess you could say. Like, everybody's goal on YouTube, even if they're doing it for fun, when you make YouTube partnership, you are at the top of YouTube. I'm not saying in terms of size of your channels or how many views your video gets, but I'm saying for you personally, there's really nothing more you can do on YouTube. So getting a partnership is a very, very, very big deal. Now, on top of that, it's just like, a lot of people will do anything they can to get a partnership, and can you blame them? No. You know, it's something, whether it's the features that you get with it, the money that's associated with it. You know, everybody wants one, which is totally normal. You know, like if somebody was like, I want a partnership, and you thought less of them for that, it wouldn't really make much sense to me. But you know, I was pretty pissed off when I found out about this, and I was like, alright, you know, me and a couple people were like, we gotta get the message out there to not get involved with this scumbag, because when Keemstar is involved with something, you should just know that it's not gonna be good. It may appear good, but it's not gonna end up good. He has burnt almost every possible bridge you could have on YouTube. You know, even the bigger commentators with the bigger channels, like half of them, more than half of them, want nothing to do with this guy. And you know, one thing I want to make clear is this. It's important to always distinguish the difference between somebody that's a commentator and that commentator as a person. For instance, I could say I don't like Woody's Gamertag's commentaries. I think his channel's pretty boring. I'm not really entertained by it. However, it would be going way too overboard for me to say who he is or what he's like in real life. Alright, people, because I don't know him. And that goes for anybody, you know. But it's different in a way with DJ Keemstar and myself personally. Do I know him personally? No. He lives about 45-50 minutes away from me. I'm not gonna say where, but he lives about 45-50 minutes away from me, and he grew up about 20 minutes away from me. And some of the people that he went to high school are actually people that I know personally, whether I met them through friends. Actually, I pretty much met everybody I know from that town through one of my friends, and a few of them do know who he is. Now, it's quite ironic how he has this really bad image and reputation on YouTube. Yeah, he really makes himself out to be a very family-oriented person, you know, a great father, so on and so forth. And I'm not going to say that he's not any of those things. But with this whole YouTube scam, it really doesn't surprise me personally after hearing what I've heard about him. From what I've heard, he's been doing stuff like this all throughout his life, not on YouTube but off YouTube, whether it's, you know, how to scam people, being a complete asshole to people, so on and so forth. So, you know, this is honestly something that I would expect from him. I really don't think he has any value in holding himself to a higher standard with his position in this community, which is very unfortunate. And, you know, he abuses his power by... I can't even explain how much he abuses his power. We'll just leave it at that. You know, he's one of the guys that if somebody calls him out, like if he sees this video, you sure as hell know he's going to go up on Twitter and say, everybody in Keemstar Nation, go and troll this guy's channel. Go and flag his videos. Giggity, giggity, giggity. And it's like, come on, dude. Grow a pair and grow up, son. Like, really, how old are we now? I mean, this dude's pretty much ancient. He's got to be pushing 40 or 45. not really, but he's older, and to see the level of maturity he's at is pretty sad. You know, I know my boy Pyro, he's just turning 13, and he's another guy that I met off YouTube, and that kid is far more mature than somebody that's over twice his age, which is pretty sad. Now, this is the thing that gets me the most about this whole situation. If you guys know the whole thing that happened with iFlatline Editing not too long ago, where they were scamming people out of money, Keemstar made a video calling it out. Alright, he made a video saying, you know, we gotta get the message out there, get him off of Machinima, get his channel closed down, so on and so forth. And he was pretty much talking about how people that scam have no place on YouTube, etc., etc. Then, not even a month or two later, he goes and does this. So this is the outcome of all this stuff that he did. He had all these people. What he says is that he got about $600 off of it. Now, if you break that down, $50 a piece into $600, you do the math, that'd be what, 12 people? So 12 people bought into this. I heard that that was something he threw out there, and it was actually a far higher number than that, but that's nothing that I can say for sure. Now, pretty much, you know, he got all these kids' channels partnered, so on and so forth. Gets everyone all excited, thinking they have a partnership, even though it wasn't really a legit partnership as it was. And after YouTube came down on him, closed down his channel, took away all those partnerships, he said he was going to refund everyone their money and their partnerships were going to go back up. Hold up right there, because that's not what was going to happen, and that's not what happened. The people that paid him, one, didn't get their channel or their partnerships back, and two, they didn't get refunded the $50 from Keemstar, which goes to tell you what about him as a person. Alright, now another thing I want to point out about this whole situation before we get this wrapping up is this. If you're a YouTube partner, you can, and this isn't for, it's kind of hard to put this. If you're partnered directly with YouTube, you can partner other channels that are affiliated with yours, and that's what he was doing. So say he had a secondary channel that he only did vlogs on, he could partner that channel. Now, that's what he was doing, but he was doing it for other people's channels. And these people don't realize, a lot of these kids think that you get a partnership and you make all this money and your channel explodes. Well, it's not like that. If you were partnered through the Keemstar network, you were going to get no more exposure than you had before you were partnered with Keemstar network. Second off, all the revenue that your channel generated would be going to him anyways. So you honestly think you'll be making any money? No. Say you got, I don't know, 200 views a video, it would probably take you over a year to make that $50 back. I'm not going to throw out any exact figures because it's different for a lot of different people, but based on what I've heard and personal experience, if you got a few hundred views a video, it would take you forever to make that $50 back. So if you were under the influence that you would make that 50 back immediately and make a lot more than that, no, you were being duped. Now, you know, I really did what I could to find out which channels got partnered through the Keemstar network, and there was one in particular that I found. And, you know, I had left him some messages, hopefully kind of getting him to open his eyes, so on and so forth. And, you know, one thing led to another, and that was the Avenged dude that I talked to on my podcast. I'm actually going to throw his channel in the description because he's a really down-to-earth dude. After I sat down and talked with him, he's a really cool person. Pretty good channel, great commentator. I'm going to put his link in the description. But, you know, I talked to him, he gave me his side of the story, and he wasn't even concerned about the money, he just wanted the features. Now, for people that don't even take this that seriously as it is, and just want a couple of features, those are the last people that deserve to get shit on by Keemstar. And it's like, people don't realize that this whole mess of controversy that Keemstar has created, and all the hate he has generated towards himself, it's gonna come down on everybody that's affiliated with him. So all these people, all these smaller channels with 100 or less than 100 subs that were just trying to, you know, take advantage of what they thought of as an opportunity, they were probably going to get shit on by the community, which was definitely one thing that I personally didn't want to see happen. I saw another video where a kid seemed pretty down about losing his partnership, but if any of you guys that were partnered with the Keemstar network and lost it, do not be upset, because honestly, you probably just saved your channel. That's all I'm going to say. You probably just saved your channel. If you were affiliated with him and people knew about that stuff, there's a pretty good chance that hundreds of thousands of people would have trolled the shit out of you every time they saw your channel. So, take it as a blessing in disguise. But anyways, guys, you know, this is going to be a pretty long video. I appreciate all of you guys that stuck around to the end. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you are a channel that just happened to stumble across this video and you were involved directly with the situation, let us know what you think. But anyways, guys, we're going to get it wrapping up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, people, it's your boy Svenny-D, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.